why ignoring her always works. Listen carefully. This is not about games, not manipulation, not fake alpha behavior. This is about power, emotional power, because most men lose themselves the moment emotions take control. A girl pulls away, and suddenly, he panics, double texts, overthinks, begs for attention, checks her profile every hour, loses sleep, loses focus, loses self-respect, and slowly, he becomes emotionally weak. But Stoic men understood something powerful. The moment your peace depends on someone else's attention, you lose power. Read that again. Because most people confuse attachment with love, obsession with care, neediness with loyalty, and that mindset destroys men. Listen, if someone truly values you, you will not need to chase constantly. You will not need to beg for consistency. You will not need to force effort. Effort becomes natural. Respect becomes natural. Peace becomes natural. But most men, the moment distance appears, they react emotionally, and emotions make people desperate. That desperation destroys attraction, destroys confidence, destroys dignity. Now hear this carefully. Ignoring her works, because it forces you to stop abandoning yourself. That's the truth nobody tells you. You stop chasing, stop begging, stop over-explaining, stop making someone else the center of your emotional universe. And suddenly, you start rebuilding yourself. That energy changes everything. The first lesson, silence reveals true intentions. This is powerful. When you stop chasing, people reveal themselves. If she genuinely values you, effort appears, communication appears, consistency appears. But if she only enjoyed attention, distance exposes that too. And that truth protects you. Because chasing illusions destroys peace. Stoic men valued truth over fantasy. Always. The second lesson, desperation kills respect. Let's be brutally honest. Constant messaging, constant explaining, constant seeking reassurance. That energy feels emotionally unstable. Why? Because confidence attracts, neediness repels. And this applies to life too. Not just relationships. People respect people who respect themselves. That means boundaries, patience, self-control. Because the man constantly seeking validation eventually loses himself. The third lesson, attention is power. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Obsessing over one person, checking messages every minute, replaying conversations endlessly. That destroys productivity, destroys peace, destroys discipline. And the dangerous part, you stop growing. Because emotional obsession steals focus. While you're overthinking, life keeps moving. Your goals wait. Your health suffers. Your confidence drops. And suddenly, someone else controls your emotional state. That's dangerous. The fourth lesson, ignoring her teaches emotional discipline. This matters deeply because life will test you. People will reject you, ignore you, misunderstand you. And emotionally weak people collapse every time. But disciplined people, they adapt because they understand. Rejection is painful, but desperation is worse. Silence builds patience. Patience builds strength. Strength builds confidence. That is Stoic power. The fifth lesson, stop chasing people who create confusion. Read that again. Mixed signals, inconsistency, hot and cold behavior, emotional games. Listen, clarity is respect. Confusion is emotional chaos. And emotionally mature people communicate honestly. Stop romanticizing uncertainty, because peace matters more than emotional drama. Now understand this deeply. Ignoring her does not mean hatred, bitterness, or revenge. No, it means choosing yourself again, choosing peace again, choosing self-respect again. It means saying, if someone wants to leave, misunderstand, or ignore me, I will not destroy myself chasing them. That mindset changes lives. Now imagine becoming this version of yourself. No more emotional panic, no more begging, no more losing sleep over delayed replies, no more sacrificing dignity for attention. Instead, you focus on growth, discipline, purpose, peace, and suddenly, your confidence returns. Because confidence grows when desperation dies. Now listen carefully. The goal is not to ignore people, to manipulate them. The goal is to stop abandoning yourself. That is different. Because emotionally strong men understand what belongs to them will not require constant suffering, and what requires endless emotional chaos usually costs too much. So from today, stop chasing, stop begging, stop overthinking, protect your peace, focus on your purpose, and remember this: the strongest person in the room is often the one who can walk away without losing themselves. Now listen carefully. The biggest mistake men make after being ignored is making someone else their entire identity, and that destroys them. Because when one person becomes your emotional center, their absence feels like destruction, their silence feels painful, their distance feels unbearable. Why? Because you stopped building your own life, stopped building purpose, stopped building yourself, and without realizing it, you gave someone too much emotional power. That's dangerous, because the Stoics understood something powerful. Never place your happiness in things you cannot control. Read that again. You cannot control feelings. You cannot control loyalty. You cannot control whether someone stays, but you can control yourself, your focus, your standards, your discipline. And once you understand that, life changes. Another truth nobody talks about. Sometimes ignoring her works, because absence creates clarity. When you stop chasing, emotions settle, overthinking slows down, reality becomes visible, and suddenly, you start seeing clearly. Was she consistent? Did she respect you? Did she genuinely care? Or were you simply addicted to potential? Because many men fall in love with fantasy, the maybe, the possibility, the version of someone they created in their own head. And because of that, they ignore reality. Reality says no effort, mixed signals, confusion, emotional inconsistency, but emotions whisper, maybe things will change. Listen, potential is dangerous because it keeps people trapped, and Stoic men valued truth over fantasy, always. Another lesson: stop proving your worth. This destroys confidence. Trying harder after rejection, doing more, texting more, explaining more, begging more. Why? Fear. Fear of losing someone, fear of being forgotten, fear of not being enough. But hear this carefully. You should never have to convince someone to value you. Read that again. Effort should not feel one-sided forever. Respect should not feel forced. Connection should not feel exhausting. And if it constantly feels painful, you must ask yourself, am I protecting my peace or destroying it? That question changes lives. Another truth: silence builds mystery. This is not manipulation. This is human nature. People notice absence. They notice calmness. They notice emotional control. But desperation, that becomes predictable. Predictable people are often undervalued because there's no challenge, no mystery, no self-respect. That's why emotionally disciplined people naturally feel attractive. Not because they are pretending, but because they are grounded, calm, focused, independent. Another powerful lesson: use heartbreak as fuel. This separates weak men from strong men. Weak men collapse, stay stuck, overthink endlessly, destroy themselves emotionally. Strong men, they rebuild, hit the gym, improve mindset, build discipline, strengthen purpose, turn pain into power. Because pain can either destroy you or shape you. That choice belongs to you. This is why Stoicism values hardship, because struggle reveals character. And sometimes rejection becomes the thing that transforms you. Now imagine this version of yourself. You stop checking your phone every minute. Stop overthinking every message. Stop losing sleep over uncertainty. Stop abandoning goals because someone became distant. Instead, you focus on yourself, your future, your body, your mindset, your purpose. And suddenly, something powerful happens. You stop needing validation. And when that happens, confidence appears naturally, because confidence grows when emotional dependence dies. Now understand this deeply. Ignoring her is not about punishment. It is not revenge. It is not ego, it is discipline. The discipline to say, I will not lose myself trying to keep someone who is unsure about me. That is self-respect. That is maturity. That is Stoic strength. Because the truth is, sometimes people leave. Sometimes people disappoint. Sometimes feelings change. That's life. But what should never happen is you abandoning yourself in the process. Never sacrifice peace for attention. Never sacrifice dignity for temporary affection. Never sacrifice self-respect for someone inconsistent. Because at the end of the day, the relationship you have with yourself will determine every relationship in your future. So from today, choose peace over obsession, growth over overthinking, self-respect over desperation. And remember this, the moment you stop chasing what ignores you, you finally create space for what truly values you.